I got the welder out, I got the welding table and tools out, and a tractor. And we're trying to make a hitch / winch mount for the back of the tractor. Let me show you where we're at. We're utilizing the quick hitch, 3/16 1.5" angle iron here. I made the side plates and I got the holes made, and these are like a 5/8 and they're just under an inch tall, so they're an oblong hole. I know a guy that's got a milling machine. That made that pretty easy to put those holes in there. The winch is gonna mount right here. I also have this 2-inch receiver that's gonna mount somewhere in this vicinity. We're gonna make the bracket go down. It's gonna connect to this hole here, which is how the ballast box is. So the ballast box, this piece right here, goes in that hole. You clicked on the video just in the nick of time. You haven't missed too much. I'm gonna get it all mocked up, and then I'll show you what I got. You can see kind of where I'm going with this. Now I gotta make a plate that'll go down, connect these to that. Once I get that plate made up, I'll tack it into place. So I used a piece of 1/8 inch by 3-inch flat stock to tie the hitch all together, welded a piece of 1/2 inch round stock on there to drop in the hole, and doubled it up on the end where I drilled the hole for the hitch pin, and that should work out pretty well. All right, we got her all tacked together. Let me show you what we got. I think it came out pretty good, actually. All right, we got our quick hitch brackets that hold this in place, and then to take it off, you just do this. Put this back on. There you go. I made a hitch to pull around some yard attachments. I didn't have a piece of 3/16 or 1/4 inch, so I made a piece of 1/4 inch out of some 1/8 inch flat stock, and I'm going to weld this seam all together here. I got the 2-inch receiver here, and then the winch is going to go up here. The winch is going to sit up here like this, kind of nice and up and out of the way. I'm going to have my 2-inch receiver here. I can put my hitches in to move trailers around the yard. Pretty useful setup, I think. I guess before I weld it up, I should have mounted the plate on here, so I took 5 minutes. Tacked the plate on here. This is exactly where the winch is going. And it's got a bolt hole here and a bolt hole in the back, so if the winch ever dies, all I gotta do is unbolt it and change it out. So a couple days have passed since I worked on this hitch. I ran out of time the other day. I didn't get it welded yet because I want to add another feature. And I'm going to add this round stock here, and I'm going to add another one right over here, and I'm going to bridge it with a plate, a 3-inch piece of flat stock. I'm going to go ahead and get that made up and tack together, or maybe I'll weld it, and then I'll come back and show you what I got planned. I think you're going to like it. It kind of makes the whole hitch, actually. It's going to make this a 4-function hitch without having to add or remove anything from the tractor or the hitch. Should work out pretty good. Okay, so this is what I had in mind. A little plate on the top here that goes over the top of the winch. I'm going to go ahead and weld it up. Echo's going to help. When I come back, we'll put it on the tractor and we'll see if the hitch works. It should, right? Maybe I'll show you what that top plate's for too. I mean, it should work, right? The welder we're using is this titanium welder that we got at Harbor Freight. On the inside of the cover, it has all the settings you need for setting up the machine. It runs on 120 or 240 volts, which makes it pretty versatile. I usually run the MIG setup, so I'm using solid wire with a shielding gas, or you can weld with flux core. But it's a pretty versatile machine, and it took me about half hour or so to weld this up. I hit it with a grinder lightly, and I think it came out pretty decent. It's all welded. And I hit it with a grinder. Let's go try it and see if it works. This is so exciting.
You're so strong.
Okay.
That's solid.
I think we're winning. I think we just won. Let me try, see how she handles the road. All right. I think we're gonna call this good. All right, looks like we're winning. I'm gonna go put the winch on, I'm gonna paint it, and I'm gonna put the other part that goes up there that you haven't seen yet. Give me about 4 days, I'll get back to you. No, it'll probably only be tomorrow, but stand by. All right, here it is, we got it all decked out here. Finished it up today. This is that last part I was telling you about. We put this little galvanized bucket up here so that we can keep our tools, our hitches, straps. We can keep all that in here. Some gas or oil or whatever. Anything you need can go in here. I put a piece of rubber in the bottom just to dampen some of the noise. Put some big fender washers on there. It's the hitch I've really been wanting for quite a while. I got a bucket up here to carry some tools. I got a winch. I got a 2-inch receiver, and then I can still pull some yard carts and attachments around. I got everything hooked up to the battery with this quick connect. I can take it on and off pretty easily without any tools. One of the things you might have noticed when I was welding it was I had 2 pieces of rod coming off the back. And that box that you see there, I held it on there with a zip tie. That's the control box for the winch. The winch is run by this remote control that I keep in the glove box on the side of the tractor. So that control box is what talks to this thing. All right, that's the hitch I made for my John Deere X585. I appreciate you watching. If you made it to the end of the video, you are better than most. I appreciate you, and hopefully I'll see you in the next video. Thanks for watching.